So we can see here in the corner, obviously that's where the water is getting in. Back here, so I'll just make some wood to replace this. Probably replace this little guy. Throw in some new insulation here. And I think that's about as far up as I'm gonna go. Yeah, that should be quite enough. And again, it's all these corners here where all the water's getting in. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Awesome. So I think the problem I'm having with this repair, trying to run through my head, is how I can attach the new cover piece and make it look flush and like I didn't touch it. So the problem here is I don't want to tear out this whole wall. That just seems a bit too much. So I think I'm gonna try to cut something like just about this much, just so I can replace the inside softwood and try to make my repair piece flush with the wall that's already there. I've never done this before, so it's my first time, and I hope that I can still make it look good. Repairing the frame is not the problem. It's just trying to make it look like nothing ever happened in the first place. So I don't really know what's more insulating, this old stuff or, you know, the new stuff at Home Depot, the foam. But I don't know, this looks pretty grody, so I think I will just throw that away. And the stuff from Home Depot is not too expensive, so I'll just go down, get some of that, jam it in there, and rebuild all this real quick. And I just don't want to take it too seriously. I saw some other people online and they just replaced the softwood and reinforced it, and that should be just about enough. And honestly, this RV was still standing with all the softwood in it. So if it's not done perfect, if it's not done to last, you know, the next 50 years, that's okay. If I can get 10 years out of it, I think it was enough. So I think in order to lay this flat when I put it back on, I gotta take out this window, and I gotta take it out anyway to seal it. So I'm just gonna unscrew it now and double check the repair before I get it started. That way I could try to get, you know, clean lines when I put it back. Now I better go on the outside and take that window down before it falls off by itself. So there is just one thing I really don't want to repair, and I don't think I'm going to. I think it's okay. Like I said, I'm not going to take this too seriously. This RV was standing well before I got my hands on it, and I think any repair I do is just going to help it stand longer. And this is what I'm talking about here. This wood here is just not perfectly straight because some of it, you know, got rotted out. I think I can repair this later if need be. For now, I'm just gonna leave it alone and just repair this corner here. I think what I'll do is just kind of copy this half moon shape, throw it in there, replace these two boards, and maybe put a sister board in here to help that support. Clean it up a bit and call it a day. This mess is already bothering me, so I gotta clean that up real quick. So yeah, I don't have the time nor the patience to try to cut it like that good as a half moon. So I'm just gonna jam a bunch of wood here in the corner, fix these braces here, make sure it's all sturdy, and I think that should be pretty good. So there are some nails still sticking out from the aluminum shell or whatever that is. So I'm just gonna try to put this on the nails and pound it in there. Awesome. So by now you're probably thinking, wow, this guy Josh on YouTube does a Mickey Mouse job. I should definitely not learn from him. And yeah, that's probably true. But honestly, I'm not doing this job to be perfect. I'm doing it to get out on the road. And you know what? Like I said before, this RV has been standing before I got to it. And anything I do is just gonna make it stand a little bit longer. And that's the goal here. I'm not looking for 50 years out of this. And even then I can go back and do repairs later as well. So my main concern here, since I've never done this before, is where is this wood gonna rest when I cover this up? And I wasn't really paying attention before, and I think if I get it kind of level here and here with the flexible wood, I can hit that edge there. And then now I just need to build an edge here. And since this isn't perfect, and I'm not gonna spend the time to make it perfect, I think I need to add one more piece of wood here and here, throw an insulation, and then we can cover this up. Awesome, I think I got the whole front end done, and yeah, let me show you my work here. So yeah, this is the best that I can come up with. I just drizzled some wood glue here and looks like I need to clean it up a bit. And here I just added an extra piece of wood to give some more support to here. And everything looks pretty good. And over here I just added this piece and this piece along with these two support pieces. So I guess all that's left is to go to Home Depot, get some insulation and whatever size wood that is, cover that back up. And that'll be pretty much done for the whole front end, which would be great. Because the back part, we still have to fix this wall, a little bit here and under here. But honestly, it's been taking me so long because it's been a confidence issue. But now that I've got this one done, I think these ones are going to be super simple also. So yeah, I guess it's time for a Home Depot run. Oh, and also I got to kind of research real quick what I need to do to put in here. I know ChatGPT is not going to give me a good answer because I don't really care how it looks. I just want it to be functional. So this is leaking here and on the other side. So I'll do a quick search what I need. I'm just literally gonna throw in some whatever, not silicone, but something else that will work well for in there. Probably just go around the window itself. Like I said, I don't care. It's 40 years old and I just want it to not leak water. So that would be great. So I guess we're not going to Home Depot right now. Upon further inspection, I found that there is more wood that needs to be replaced in here. All soft, really soft under here. So yeah, feels like I need to cut here and replace just that corner there. This corner is okay. And honestly, that's quite all right. I wanted to remove this carpet anyway because I'm sure it's contributing to the smell in here. And yeah, so I'll just rip that out and see what else I need. There it tell you all how much I really despise staples. This is so annoying. Oh. Okay, I think this side's pretty much done. I know it doesn't look pretty, but I think someone was already in here before, because this does not look like it came out of the factory like this. If it did, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But yeah, I just replaced the wood that was completely rotted out. This one probably should come out, but it's like still 60% okay, so I'm gonna leave it. And I just over wood glued everything just to help out with that. And yeah, this side's pretty much done. I think I need to tear apart this side because I think it's got the same thing going on here. Not as bad as the other side. I really don't want to do that. Maybe I'll just leave it. I think I've learned that a good indication of if you have water in there or not is if you take out your trim and check your trim screws. If your trim screws are all rusted and not biting, then chances are that whole piece inside is rotted. So I guess I'll check these trim screws before I make my final decision, because I really don't want to take it out if I don't have to. Although it's not as bad as the other side, yeah, I think I should just cut into it. Oh man, I really don't want to do this. But we'll just do it real quick, and it's a learning experience. Never done this before, so whatever. I'm just stressed about time, but I think that side only took like an hour or something, so this side should just take about 30 minutes. So it's all wet. I think I can leave it open. It will dry out. And oh, well, yeah. I think I'll cut it about there. And cut it about there. Yeah. After getting the outside all buttoned up, I ran down to Home Depot and got some foam insulation and some utility board and got that all put in. And for reference, here's what it looks like with the frame rebuilt. And you can check the corners here. It's the best I could do, but it worked out pretty well. And this is what it looks like with the foam insulation all tucked in there. And I wound up using hot mud around the corners, which actually worked out pretty well and gave me a streamlined look. You can't even tell that it's multiple pieces of wood after the hot mud is all sanded down. I didn't bother trying to make it look pretty on the bottom because I knew the bed was going to cover it up anyway and I just wanted to save time. And yeah, it's my first time rebuilding the front end on an old RV. Let me know in the comments how I did and what I could do differently. It's been holding up pretty good so far. Difficulty level, I would say it's about maybe a 5 out of 10. It's just mostly having the confidence to rip in there and get it done. We still got a lot left to do on this remodel, so follow along for the journey. And like always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.